But yeah, man, Justin James, his cardio did hold up more than usual. So yeah, it was a good fight. Julia Avila, round 3 submission, really nice work. This fight, low-key underrated. Like, all week it was flying under the radar. And, you know, you watch this fight, it had it all. You know, it had blood, it had violence, striking, grappling. And then it had a finish later on in round 3. Stoliarenko is tough as nails. You know, she took that front kick right up the middle. You know, she showed a lot of toughness, but Julia Avila just more well-rounded, a better skill set. And I'm happy for her. Both girls, you know, both girls, good fight. But Julia Avila, the higher level fighter, was the winner. And she's crying too in the octagon, man. That meant a lot for her. You know, it's nice to see. You know, that win, it meant a lot. Yo, oh my God. Marcin Prachnio and IK Villanueva. Yeah, that was nasty. IK was finding success when he was in boxing range. Like, any time he was in boxing range, man, it looked bad for Prachnio. You look at the first 4 minutes of round 1, and it's like, wow, IK is going to win this fight. But if you notice, towards the end of round 1, the leg was so beat up, right? Prachnio was landing those low kicks, and every kick that landed, the leg was becoming more damaged. And you can see in round 2, IK couldn't get into that boxing range and ultimately ended with a body kick. Really nasty as well. Dug right into the body with that kick. Super nasty. Now, when I'm doing these recaps, guys, it's straight after the fight. So I haven't seen, like, the main event result. I don't know that result. But I'll say this, guys. For the main event, I hope Gane chooses to take away the legs, right? That's the best thing you can do to a boxer. A guy that wants to box, you take away the legs, they can't box anymore. You know, when you're boxing, it all stems from the feet. It all stems up from the feet and it goes up the body, right? That's how you generate the punches. That's how you generate power. But when you take away someone's leg, they can't do that anymore. So I think, you know, 2 guys that have to do something similar to Prachnio, Moycano and Gane. And I'm excited to see if they can. But Prachnio, man, good performance, you know, when he was able to keep it kicking. Yeah, it looked good. Jeremiah Wells, oh my God. You know, you look at round 1, right? Jeremiah went in there, he put 150% into every single punch. And you're thinking, this isn't going to hold up. You know, you're going to gas out, you're not playing the game too smart. But he continued. He said, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to keep throwing. One of these big punches is going to land. And it did. He got him. You know, what can you say? Jeremiah Wells. What is it with these guys turning up on real short notice and just doing it, man? You know, this guy, he went in there. It wasn't the smartest game plan to just go all out. But if it lands, that's the result. Wow. Jeremiah Wells. Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Prazeres. Guys, let's be completely honest. The UFC matchmakers done Prazeres dirty. They really did, man. We knew that Shavkat had a big height advantage, a big reach advantage, age advantage, cardio. We knew he had all of that. But when you see these 2 guys meet inside the middle of the octagon, it just looked ridiculous. You know, 40-year-old Michel Prazeres given Shavkat, you know, it was ridiculous. You know, Prazeres is a guy who's been in the UFC for some years. He's a veteran. And he doesn't really get finished. But this is what it looks like when you hit 40 years old. And you're fighting these young, hungry up-and-comers. It was domination. Yo, Kennedy versus Denilo. Now, this fight was looking good for the grappler, right? For Denilo, it was looking good in round 1. Round 2 was a closer round. Could have gone either way. But it doesn't matter, right? Because again, Kennedy just he gets beat and then he wins the fight. Right? Which wasn't what was happening against Paul Craig. But against Stolberg, you know, survived and then won. Same thing here. He survived. And then he pours it on in round 3. I'm watching the finish now. Yeah, man, he wilted. You know, some people might say the stoppage was a little bit early, but, you know, you look at Denilo, man, he had nothing left. The cardio was gone. You know, he had nothing left, and he's not a striker. And that's why the fight was stopped. He was just eating punches. And even though the punches were like on the guard and going round the guard, still, you know, you're eating so many. Yeah, Kennedy, man. Doesn't look super impressive, but he finds a win. A win's a win, man. Fair play. Alright guys, Jaya Herbert and Renato Moycano. Now in my breakdown I said this one was a mismatch, and to be honest it was. But I will say this, in the short amount of time that Jaya Herbert had in round 1 to use his boxing, he did look pretty dangerous there. You know, he caught Moycano with a few big punches and it's like, wow, we need this fight back on the mat. But that's what Moycano done tonight. You know, he showed up with a lot of experience, a grappling edge, and he used that edge. You know, he took down Jaya Herbert and mauled him. You know, he used his jiu-jitsu to finish it off after nasty ground and pound. Kinda sucks for English MMA at the moment. You know, you had Davy Grant losing last week. You've got Jaya Herbert losing this week. Kinda sucks a little bit, man. But what can you say? Moycano, there's levels. There's levels to the game. And Jaya Herbert hasn't fought the same competition. And you kind of see that tonight. You know, Jaya Herbert isn't getting easy matchups. He's had 2 Brazilians and both of these guys are killers. Yeah, unlucky. Good performance from Moycano. Alright guys, Tim Means and Dalby. This was a good fight, man. This was a scrap. Round 1, you give that to Tim Means. He got the takedown, controlled that round. Round 2, this was a closer round, but I still give it to Tim Means. Round 3 though, you give it to Dalby, in my opinion. Wobbled Tim Means a couple times, man. You know, he was coming back strong in that 3rd round, but not enough. So my scorecard's going to be 29-28 Tim Means. And let's see what we've got.
All 3 see it 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Tim.
Yeah, perfect scoring. Good scoring, man. The judges, they paid attention that fight. It was a good fight too. You know, it wasn't domination. Dalby had his moments, but the moments came too late. The veteran got it done. Alright guys, Andre Fili and Daniel Pineda. Now this was a great fight. This was an awesome fight. And Andre Fili he looked unbelievable. You know, he looked sensational, man. His strikes basically had a magnet. It's like the dude couldn't miss. Now Daniel Pineda, this guy is just Mexican tough, right? Every single strike Fili is throwing, it's landing. And Pineda, there's no quit. There's no quitting this dude. And then there's a nasty, nasty eye poke. Now, guys, when we get an eye poke and a no contest, sometimes we look at it and we say the guy quit. I'm not going to say that this time. I'm not going to say he quit. The guy really couldn't open his eye. You know, it's one of those ones where it's so shocking to the eyeball. It's so traumatizing that the eyes, it won't open. You know, this is what happens when the eye poke is that bad. We've seen it before. So I'm not going to say, man, Pineda was looking for a way out. You know, you can't say it. Now, who was going to win the fight if the fight had continued? Andre Fili, man. He was looking sensational. And it sucks that it had to go down like that, but I'm not going to say Pineda quit or he wanted a way out. No way. This guy's Mexican tough. He really couldn't open up his eye, man. It's horrible. It's going to be no contest. Yeah. It sucks, man, but we're going to get that one again. That's going to be a rematch. 100%. Alright, guys. Raoni Barcelos and Tima Valiev. This was a great fight, man. You know, we looked at this matchup and we was like, wow. Raoni taking on Tima. This is going to be a scrap. And it was, right? Now the scoring. Round 1, you hear the commentary speak about Tima taking round 1, but for me personally, I don't know if it's I'm smoking too much or I'm too high. I saw Raoni winning round 1. Round 2, 10-8. You know, there's a 10-8 in round 2, arguably. Round 3, this was a closer round. Now, Tima wanted to have more output. He wanted to basically win this fight on being the more active guy, but the best thing you can do to score with the judges is show them, hey, look at how much I can affect my opponent with this strike. And that's what Raoni did. So I'm going to say 29-27 and give Tima round 3.
Totals, Judge Mike Bell scores this bout even 28-28.
Oh, 28-28.
And winner scored 29-28.
Oh, 29-28.
Decision, Timur.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree with that decision. Maybe I'm too high. Maybe I have to go back and watch round 1. Obviously, they gave him round 1. But man, I just felt like Raoni, the strikes he was landing, they were way more significant. They were having way more of an effect on Tima. And there's a 10-8 in there too. You know, did they score a 10-8? I don't think they did. That's interesting. A really good scrap. But I do disagree with the result. Tanner Boser and OSP. Awesome. You know, Tanner, he's always in close fights, man. He's not getting the decisions. But tonight, man, he showed up and he saved his career. Yes, he got a new contract before this fight. But still, you know, that's the UFC's way of saying, hey, you've had it tough, right? Here's a contract. But he still had to get in there and deliver. And that's what he done, man. The output was high. The speed, the power. Yeah, Tanner Boser. I loved it. I loved that. If you're looking at OSP's performance, just kind of stuck in the mud. You know, it looked like he was in quicksand. Age will get you, man. You know, 38 years old, fighting up at heavyweight. Yeah, Tanner Boser got it tonight. Alright guys, the main event, Ciryl Gane and Volkov. What can you say, man? This was mainly a chess match, right? Gane likes to fight in that sparring type kind of fight, you know? You do this, I do that. I'll smile every now and then, you smile back. He likes to keep it friendly, you know? And this is what it was. My scorecard, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to say 49-46, Ciryl Gane. You know, he was just, his cardio is so good. His cardio is so good, man, and he fought his fight. So let's see the result.
5 rounds of action. We go to the scorecards. Here are the totals. 50-45.
Oh man, 50, that's harsh.
49-46. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, so the round that I gave to Volkov was round 1. I felt like he was kind of doing some damage in this round, especially with the low kicks. But man, you know, he became quite stationary. Couldn't really get off the fence after round 1. And Gane again, man, showing how elusive he can be. The kicks, the cardio. Yeah, Gane's a problem. Super excited for my Patreon too. 100% success rate. And that's 2 wins in a row going into the pay-per-view. So yeah, I'm excited to post those bet slips. My Discord, we had a great night betting. So yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of these fights. And I'll catch you on the pay-per-view. Peace.